Greetings and good day. This is Christopher Freeze here at Freeze Forge. Let's make a rose. Another YouTuber, WarriorFromTheFire, has challenged me to make a rose. He made a video in which he makes a rose and challenges me to do the same or better. Very well, I accept. I'm not really one too much for challenges, tests of skill, that sort of thing, but I mean, we're both kind of beginners, so let's see which one of us noobs can make the better rose. Why not?
While this video is not intended to be instructional, I thought that might be beneficial to give kind of a breakdown as to what it is that I'm doing and why, my reasoning behind it. Perhaps that'll help you, and hopefully it'll help you help me. So here we're just doing some nice light strikes. We're just kind of setting in the line where we want to go with the heats to come. A lighter hit is easier to correct if the strike is not true than a harder one. Now we're coming in with some much harder blows than before, really trying to dig into that metal. Our lines are already set, so we just follow those and hammer hard. We're not going to go all the way to how deep we want to go yet. That'll come in the heats to follow. It's kind of slow going, really. Now here we're setting the end point of where these grooves are going to be cut in. I've gone for 3 inches. I've measured this out and marked it out prior to this. You can't really see it, but there's a small grinder line there that I've left myself as a reference point. And then we come in once the rear of it is set and smooth everything through so that we have a nice even line all the way down on all 4 sides. Now we're cutting up what will be the different petals. Each one's a different size than the other, a reduction by half. And I've decided to go with the grinder as opposed to the huck cut, simply out of ease and speed. Now we are hammering these down, taking that square, that chunk of metal, and squishing it all down and hammering it all down, trying to get it as thin as we can, while at the same time not drawing it out too much. We want to do that in a much more controlled fashion later, which we will. So it's a rounding die and the flat of the anvil and just hitting it hard, getting it hot again, hitting it harder. Keep doing that for 3 different petals. Now we really start drawing these petals out, beginning to create the shape of each individual petal one by one. A lot more hammering here, but in a lot more of a controlled fashion. I've left a peak of material in the center in order to be able to hammer it down and spread the entirety of the petals out from each other. Now with each set of petals basically to shape, we come through with the cross peen and add texture to the petals while also reducing them further, spreading them out a little bit more to their final dimensions. Cutting these sections out really did mushroom out my hot set quite a bit. I'm not sure why, but it did a good enough job and we were able to cut each one of these, what will be the leaf at the base of the flower where the stem meets the bulb. When I peened all of the petals and stretched them out to their final dimensions, it had the unexpected effect of reducing the size of the square hole that I had drifted previously. So I had to go through and reset each set of petals to the size of the stem. It's quite satisfying here to see everything all come together and be assembled for the very first time. Notice I have each set of petals set off kilter to one another. So I basically have one set at the square, one set at a diamond, the next set at a square. And then come through with the tool here and hammer them all down, push them all down together, and using the torch, heating that stem up and tuning it all down. Now it's time to take all of these petals and leaves that I've made and bring them all together and close everything all up into a bulb. The flower itself, as it is right now, is too big to be able to fit into my propane forge, which is what I had done all my work with previously. So I actually had to switch to the charcoal forge. And it's wonderful to have both. It gives you a lot more options. If I just had the propane forge, I wouldn't have been able to do this. If I just had the coal forge, perhaps I might have, burned up a leaf or something like that, especially when it gets a lot thinner. Now here we are, we have the bulb all set, and take a look and notice all of the petals are now square to one another. So they were off kilter, and now here they are all square. I don't know how this happened or how I did this. Please let me know in the comments section, because it really bugs me, because my flower didn't turn out as well as I had wanted it to because of this. Instead, it's kind of square as where I intended it to be much more round. I'm really trying here to cause each petal to overlap and underlap one another, as you would find in a flower itself. I think this added a little bit more realism to it, and it really ended up helping it look much more like a flower as opposed to a box. This was probably my favorite part of the entire process. It really starts looking like a flower. I work from the outside in order to create the space to be able to manipulate each individual petal, giving them a little bit of curl. I'm not too worried about tool marks or anything like that. It just adds a little bit of texture to it, I think, and I didn't really notice it in the finished product. And then we put a little bit of texturing on the stem, give a little bend, and here we are.
Well, challenge accepted and met. Here is my rose in response to the challenge that was given. It turned out not too bad. I'm happy with it, and it will certainly do for the purposes of this challenge. Now it is your turn. Take a look in the description of this video. You'll find a link to the video in which I am challenged on, and take a look at his rose that he created, compare it to mine, and let us know which one you think is best. That's all for me today. Thank you very much for watching. If you like this video, please do leave a like, comment, let me know if there's anything that I could have done better, and also let us know who has won. You're the judge. So it falls upon you to declare the victor. Share this video with your friends. Don't forget to subscribe if you're not subscribed already. If you are subscribed, there's this little bell thing that you have to click on in order to be alerted to my videos. For some reason, YouTube has decided that it wants you, my subscriber, to subscribe twice to everything. I don't know. Doesn't make much sense to me, but whatever. Is what it is. Gotta play by their rules. It's their game, so that's what we gotta do. Anyway, enough rambling from me today. Thank you very much for watching. May the Force serve you well.